to the show. I like music when I work. I'll see I could lay down a real simple loop. Let's see if that came through. It's not coming through. That's okay. Let's get back to the inlay. So here we have it. I'm practicing today on what we call, I'm going to make it so that while I'm working, even if you can't hear me, if you're just looking, you could almost understand exactly how an inlay works. Um, I am using a pencil. This was the practice inlay from last night. So I just wanted to show you, if you can't take it out, you know, I, if I have to use Mr. Japanese just to pop it out, it means I did a pretty good job. So as you see, I went in at least 1 millimeter. Very, very small amount of the rasp went in, and because I have a pretty good eye, I didn't use a ruler for this. But when you have glasses, put them on, and yeah. So the way I had started this one like this, okay, because this is a practice, and I might as well show you the practice. And so as you could see, it fits right in. With the knife, I had gone around and carved it. I carved the drawing with my knife and then removed everything. So let's do that with the pencil. We'll do it live right now. And let's see if I could get to a better position. Like that, right here. Okay. And so we'll do it again. The music was kind of fun, but my setup doesn't completely allow me to listen and play and talk all at the same time while having a loop. I don't exactly have the setup perfected yet. Let me turn that up a bit. Maybe that'll work. I don't know. Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? Now, well, the way I'm going about this one is like I'm thinking, well, even if someone was blind, they should be able to understand what it is and how I'm going about this practice inlay. I'm not going to do it on the guitar today. I did this one last night. I'll do another one right next to it, right in front of you, so you could see how I went about this. So don't forget to sharpen your pencil, okay? Or you can use your super violin sharpener. It comes from all the super awesome people. I think the super violin sharpener came from Super Louis Gaucher. He was a super uh, violin maker. I'm so lucky to have some of the most inspiring tools to work with, like this violin. Look at that. It's a cute little violin. Yeah. Okay. And it works very well. And then, so look at that. Very sharp. Very, very, very sharp. Okay. So, and again, like I'm talking into a microphone. I don't know if you guys can hear that. This is the first kind of like little video that I'm making with that, along with my able to be here like this, with the look of that, and me able to be here like this. And then I can stop the music like that too. So like, because I get inspired while I work, so like chances are, Okay, so me, what I would have given on this now that I'm looking with my glasses, I could see around the top. It's like fitting like a glove around the curve, fitting like a glove. Now I get down to the tip here. Now this is going to be my. Why do we practice? Well, we practice because it makes it better after. You know that old saying with the practice makes perfect. I'm not sure about that one, but yeah, maybe that is true. So how to share some true facts here on my Truther channel is check with the wood, check with the elements. Um, so here I check my mistake here. So be careful, be careful stuff like this around the tips. Okay, so I give myself some notes for when I'm gonna do it again. Um, okay, and it looks like all along the inside, this side here. So where did I make a mistake was on the edges here. This here not so bad. All along the inside, kind of very good. Even in there, very good. On a guitar headstock, the varnish would go in there. Obviously, we would not have these pencil marks. Uh, but yeah, polishing all up and stuff. I'll be showing this live here in the shop. And this side here, nice. All the way to here, very nice. Even here around this circle, I'd say just a little bit. So, okay, so out of everything here, out of the distance, if we're going 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, we'll say it's about 5 inch trace here. There's, I made a good, what do you call, 1 inch mistake. So, or about that. So I'd say, or it's more like a 6. It's like, what do you do with that? Um, I'd say it's a B plus. Yeah. But yeah, on a guitar headstock, we don't want to make those mistakes. So I'll practice again, and we'll pop it out for now. See, that has to at least pop out. And so first things first, we're going to make our little drawing. So we got that. Hold it in place. You have the pencil, very, very, very sharp. That's not even sharp enough for me. So I'm going to go in even a little bit more. A little bit more sharp. That tip is going to break a lot sometimes, so yeah. Be really gentle when scoring. So, okay. Lay the inlay, angle on inwards angle. So you get the inwards kind of the most inwards possible tracing possible. We're going to get the size. Okay, so if I look at my mistakes, if I look at my mistakes over here, I'm going to want to be careful when around this this tip, and this tip. These are my got to be careful spots. So I'll trace really careful, then lean the pencil in. Now here's where I made a mistake last time. Good half-inch mistake around here, so I don't want to make a mistake again. So I'll put an X and remind myself to go. Okay. Okay. So there we go. And we got it all the way around. Looks like we got it all the way around. Okay. Okay. Good stuff. So now we have our first drawing. That drawing, technically, we want to keep it till the end. Like we really don't want to cut any of that pencil off. That pencil mark that's there has to stay. So I'll even write it on that, okay? Line must stay. So I wrote that. I hope that that can see that on camera. Line must stay. Okay? How's that lighting? My goodness, my new setup, we're gonna need some spotlights. Yeah, the line must stay. Okay, so what we're doing is we're gonna take off everything that's in the inside. Everything inside is gonna be removed. Okay, everything. So what I like to do is I like to make an inner drawing of my lines so that if I do touch my line, I know that I touched the inner line. So it's the difference between like this type of line and then this type of line. Okay, this one is original. Okay, this one we're gonna get rid of it. This one we keep, this one we get rid of it. Okay, so I'm still doing that inner line. Go do that. I'm going freehand. And those of you who have the freehand ability, go ahead and do that. Freehand as much as you can. Freehand. Those, you know, yeah. Okay. So this is how I guarantee that I do not touch my outer line. Just go around like that. Okay? And then basically I'm gonna contour here with my sharp knife, and I'm only gonna be cutting. I put my knife on the inside of the line, and if ever I touch the line, it's gonna be the inside of the line, not the outside of the line. No, inside of the line. I wish I knew sign language for you guys. It might be one of the new things I'm gonna do is for myself in my life is take some sign language courses. So I had this sharpening stone. So yeah, no problem. Just spit on that, and you know, this is how you want to sharpen your knife. Yeah, I'll try to see if I could get you some sound on that. Actually sounds kind of neat. I wonder if it's good loud enough to do we'll try to get a knife sharpening loop. I can't even really hear what it sounds like, but you might get some of that in the background while I'm talking. If it's annoying, well, I guess I'll know when I listen to the shop. When I listen to the film, I guess I'll stop that. Okay. Okay. So back to the inlay. So the inside, I want to be able to take the inside out. Should I write that? Should maybe have get better at doing this for the blind people. Okay, so in, side, out, inside, out. Okay, trace, with knife, inner pencil line. Okay, can you see that? For my friends who are having hearing impaired, trace with knife, inner pencil line. Okay, so we're gonna do it. And try to keep that knife 90 degrees cutting inward. So I like to always say 90 degree and then minus in like short, because I want the people, sculptors out there to understand the knife at 90 degree makes, there's a little bit of edge on the knife and we don't want that edge to push our lip. So sometimes I would say me to be more careful. I'll just use the very, very, very tip of the knife, tipo, and it going inwards as I'm cutting the inner line, nothing but the inner line. And being very careful. I'll turn around to get a better cut from here. Now here I made a mistake on the other one, so I'm going to go even smaller. I'm going to be more careful around here because I had made that mistake here. So yeah, practice your piece, practice your shapes. Practice first on something before you ruin your guitar. So, okay. So this time I'm being very careful here. Got that traced in. Okay, look at that, beautiful. Okay, here inwards, don't forget, keep it around the inward, keep the inward pencil line cut, not to touch the outer line, and that's the whole trick. Okay. I know that there's maybe better angles for me to show you this, so it's more of a instructional video and showing. I was hoping the blind could catch a trick or two. The hearing impaired could catch a trick or two from this video. Or inspire the blind to fit gorgeous beach abalone agates into their favorite guitar. Okay, so there we go with the inlay. Starting the first line. I'm kind of happy about that. Sometimes we have tools like this little needle. It's got a tip that's about 1 millimeter. I wouldn't want to go using this right now. It's not pointy enough. But after, I'll be able to go in there and, like on here, I was able to go like this. to create a depth and to understand my depth that I had 2 millimeters everywhere as you go around with the tool and scratch away wherever it's not 2 millimeters. Okay, so anyway, about back to the. I have to go with the knife because that my needle's not pointy enough. The point is to stay within. I almost went out here, but it looks like I'm okay. It's safe. Safe. Saved by Mr. Japanese. Okay, so how to take off all this then? Well, you want to make sure that all the way around the outside pencil mark, this circle here, it doesn't get touched. It's very important. So when removing all of this inner stuff, we're going to be mindful about the outer edge. So I'll go ahead and start with just cutting in a little bit down the middle, and you could see a little bit, and then from this side too. And that's it. And how we're going to get around is with the smallest knife possible. If anything, if you like inlaying, and if there's anything I was able to inspire with you this morning, I think this will be it for now. I just want you to be careful when you're inlaying, in case you're inlaying on very, very valuable instruments. Always practice first on a piece of firewood or something you're gonna chuck away after. So yeah, I've sort of like just really wanted this to be inspirational, trying my new system. So I'm talking while carving, while giving you guys a sample of the inlay. We're going to do some cooking shows. We're going to do some gardening shows. We're going to do some how to survive in the bush shows. Yeah, we're on the very last, what do you call it, end of the road. We're like where we live, not too many other people, but the population is growing. If anything, I hope I've inspired you guys to get yourself a good little knife. Little knife does the job every time. This is a violin carving knife. See here, like here, I touched the outer rim of the pencil here. See that? So, like, lucky it didn't go further than that. The shape will still go, and we're still safe. It's just that's the reason right there. Okay. So when you're on a really sharp guitar, yeah. If you're on a sharp guitar or working on somebody's $5,000 guitar, and and they want to inlay something on there like a family heirloom or something, and you want to be careful that guitar, you don't want to cut too much off and and put a whatchamacallit, I forget what I was talking about. You want to be careful. You don't want to like cut outside the circle, because when cutting outside the circle, then you'd have to use some kind of filler, and that's not very professional. Okay, so already I got my 1 millimeter. Okay, already I got my 1 millimeter. Sounds like there's some cats at the window. Hello. Hi, Tigger 2. You want to come in? I'm going to have to go open up the door for Tigger. Tigger 2 wants to come back inside. Okay, like the nice thing about these knives is they are so sharp. They get in places. So remember, practice first. Practice makes perfect, so they say. And I sort of agree. See, this one's about good starting with this, about similar as that one. It's just not as deep. We want to go deep, and the deeper you go, the more your piece will want to fit in there. Right now, it's just floating on top, which is good. That's all we wanted to start off with. And we're going to end up with that. So just to inspire you a little more, I'll continue. I'll continue. Okay, another way to get deeper is to make little lines, okay, with your little Japanese knife. And you go in there. And make little lines. And this is softwood, so when you're using softwood, I can imagine like people with Dremels would be done by now, or some people are just amazing how fast they can do this kind of work, and not make mistakes with electricity. But me, I made so many mistakes with electricity before. I prefer to go with my knife, and maybe the times are coming where we won't have electricity. It's possible. There's these kind of resets like we went through, are set up. They're set up to control us and shit, and because they want to do something, or they know something is coming, so they're preparing ahead of time. Well, me too. I learn, my herbs and things, what to eat in the bush, how to go trapping, things that are good for you, good for me. We can start a little community if we had to. I think we'd survive quite well. So now that I've gone in and made some crisscrosses, I go around and take out what's on the inside that I just crisscrossed, maintaining that edge as best as possible. This is soft wood, so even soft wood, it's a little easier to maneuver than to cut up and to scrape off than hardwood. So the guitar job is going to be a lot longer than this. Excuse me. Okay, so anyways, that's what I wanted to show you, the basics to inlaying, and that's it. Because I'm going to do an actual film, and I'm going to film more on, see, we're almost getting there. Sort of fits on the inside. I could see how it's right here, this edge here, it's already fitting in quite nice, and here it's a little bit high yet. So where it's high, if you only have 1 millimeter edge, you want a 2 millimeter edge. So when you're going down with your tool, if you can't go down further, then your little rasp, then you pick up your Japanese knife and score again. Take away a little bit of that hill just by making little lines, and then cross those little lines. So hope you can see that. Okay. So chick 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 and chick chick chick. So it's like you're making like little lines one way. Like a pencil, you're kind of like creating the depth of the shape you want. It's very fun, actually. The woodworking, inlays, all this, very fun. So and it just comes right off. See that? It's like some have called me a doctor in my life because when you're doing stuff like this, it's almost like being a doctor. You're fitting pieces in the right places for it to look nice. And well, sometimes it's for function. Inlays can be for function, like on the guitar. It's to usually so you know where the 3rd, 5th, and 7th and 12th fret are. It has that function, so you can use those when you're playing music to find your way back. So I see the original line here is still outside, you see? So I still have this original line, and it's a millimeter, so I think I can just shave a little bit of that. Shave it over towards the outer edge, leaving that line. So you got that line there, and well, we don't want to go past the line. I'm going to go just right up to it. And with the hardwood, this process here is, you're safe with hardwood. It's with the softwood that you have to be really careful. Okay. Anyway, I don't expect to do this whole thing in front of you. Just wanted to inspire you. And that's how we're going. We're going to go a little more deeper. My fingers start to get, yeah, they start to get a little bit tight. When going in like this, it starts to hurt the fingers a little bit. Going precise measurements. Yeah. Okay, well, in any case, you guys watch out for yourselves. How can I say? I am starting a truther channel because I find that there's a world of deviant knowledge out there, or whatever you want to call it, like bullshit, that we've been raised with and told what is and when it's not. And I think it's important to me. I want my kids to be raised in a world that a little bit less of an illusion, maybe, or at least them get ready and understand that there's, it's what do you call it? Very possible that in the next 20 years we're going to have this thing that happened in the last few years all over the world, you know what I'm talking about, is most likely going to something else is going to happen. It's like preparations for something else. Anyway, so I think that I showed you guys enough. I hope I inspired you. I should be able to just pop it in, eh? Is what you guys were expecting. Well, I already did one. Whoops. I already did one. I was showing you how I did it. So you keep going down in, and I'll make another video in a little bit. And I love you guys, because welcome to the shop.